Describe yourself as an entrepreneur using only 3 words. All right, so this ought to be interesting. All
We can
right.
both take a crack at that one.
Yeah. Listen. I'm gonna go what you said a little bit earlier. So I got two right off top. Firm but fair. All right.
Right.
So I got my 2 out of 3 right off top. Firm, fair, and passionate.
Uh, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, thinker, dreamer, tough.
Tough as nails. Tough as nails. Hey man, listen, that you can't go wrong with that.
Yo, that's
You know
cool,
what I
man. That's
mean?
cool. That was cool. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
you
one.
can't
I
go
like
wrong with
that.
that.
How does one transition from a 9 to 5 to become an entrepreneur? Okay, that is an excellent question. First and foremost, I don't think first of all, if you're going to transition from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur, first of all, there's some steps you're missing. First and foremost, you're gonna go probably from 9 to 5. You're gonna probably go to self-employed. All
Yeah.
right. Then when you go to self-employed, you're gonna probably go to business owner. And you go to business owner, you're gonna probably go to then that's when you go to entrepreneur. Next thing is you got to come up with a plan because you're just not gonna just quit your job and go become, have a start a business. So you got to have a plan in place, and that plan has to something I would suggest it has forecast 6 months out at least. Where if it fails, you got a 6 month cushion basically. But I do think that I think the most important thing is from transition from 9 to 5 is you can do it. It can be done, but it's going to create. It's going to take a total mind shift of what you're normally thinking. You're gonna have to kind of brainwash yourself from the way you were trained to think to kind of the way that you had to think to run your business.
And but and I like that because it is the reverse engineering. Like you said, it's kind of a backwards concept because you got to reverse engineer the way you've been thinking from 9 to 5. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the hardest parts is no longer thinking like a 9 to 5er and
Yes.
being able to now think about you are the one that's going to come up with, like, if there's days off of work or a schedule or a calendar for your year, and you're determining whether it's Juneteenth, because I added Juneteenth to our
Yeah.
business being closed, and people are going to look for you for those answers, where before, as a 9 to 5, you were used to your job telling you
Yeah.
when the time off. I mean, of course, you got your major holidays,
Yeah.
but that's one thing that I think about, that now you're the one that people are coming to for all the answers. Here's a question I liked. One that we drew out the hat, man, was what sport is business most like? And I'm gonna go with football. I'm gonna go with football, and here's why, man. And I literally got this from reading Barack Obama's book, the book that he had during his presidency or post presidency. He had put out a book about a autobiography about himself, and it was like he said, business is like football because there's attrition, there's a lot of hitting, and every now and again the hole opens up, and then you run through it and you gain some yards.
Mm. I
So,
like
like,
that.
yeah, think about like
I like that. That's
football.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you
Yeah,
think
that's a good
about
one.
like football, it may take you 18 plays just to score 7 points or 6 points. And then you still got to kick a field goal for it to be considered 7 points.
Man, I like that. I mean, I think it is definitely. You know what? I think honestly, name any team sport and
Yeah.
business is like any team sport. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
Because
right.
I think because first of all, if you're going to be successful in business, you're going to need a team. And business is not boxing. Business is not karate. You know what I mean? It's not one on one. Business uh is many parts that you're gonna need to create that business and create and have that business flourish. So I think, just like, and I think the business is like, so I think first of all, I think life, to me, you make parallels with sports, but you know what I
With you
mean?
on that.
But business definitely, when you look at, the best teams, you know what I'm saying? Like the best soccer teams, how they move their lines, how they attack that half of the field, and then they you know what I mean. Then they keep the pressure on, and then their defense, how they now all of a sudden they're being attacked. How now they form their wall kind of for their defense. And I think like that is like business. I think when you the better that you can get your team, the more well oiled they can become. The New England Patriots, or the not now, but historically San Antonio Spurs. They're like a well oiled machine. They would have been a great
What
business
was that,
because
like the '98 Yankees? It
right,
might
so
be one of
right,
the
right.
best baseball teams ever in history. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right. So I was saying, like San Antonio, one of them squad, they would be like the best. They would be in a great business because they created like almost like a system. When you went to San Antonio, like you knew what the culture was, you knew what everything was, so you knew what it was before you even get there. You know what's expected of you. So I
That's a
think
fact.
that I think there's name a team sport and businesses like that, and show me a great team that has a great system, and they kind of they're there every year, like the Pittsburgh Steelers is one of those teams. What I mean, I'll show you. I could translate that, or I could compare that to a great business. So I think that's a dope question. As an entrepreneur, what is your superpower?
Ah, yeah, I like that one.
What is your superpower?
What is your superpower?
Man, my superpower is, I think, my determination and my energy. You know what I mean? I just think my determination and my energy. Oh, and you know what? Nah, I'm gonna tell you my superpower is, damn it, think outside the box, clever.
Think outside the box.
Damn it, I'm pretty damn my cleverness there. I'll tell you, I found a solution. I'll tell you, I'll come, damn it, I found a solution. Damn it, that's my
Yeah,
superpower.
problem solver. Hey, listen, man, because that is a superpower, bro.
No doubt,
That's a skill set, man, being able to solve problems. You know what I
no
mean?
doubt, no doubt.
Yeah. I would have to say for me, my superpower would be understanding, the ability to understand, whether I agree with what I'm understanding, whether I respect with what I'm understanding, whether I like with what I'm understanding. I
Nice,
don't have to
nice.
like it. I don't have to respect it. But, I think I understand it,
No
whether that's
doubt.
from, because I'm like one of those, and I think you and I both, man, we're like those player coaches. Like, you know what I mean? You once played in the league, but now
Yeah,
you're
no
a
doubt, no
coach.
doubt,
You know
no
what I
doubt,
mean?
no doubt.
Those make some of the best coaches, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would have to go with, understanding, you
Nice.
know. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a good superpower to have, man. So listen, I just want to just
Oh,
thank.
one last thing before we go on our closing
Go
remarks.
ahead.
I did want to answer this one, man, because I did see this
Okay.
question. And we could, it's like a
Go ahead.
twofold, but it's what do you enjoy most about entrepreneurship? And then what do you not enjoy most, or what do you dislike most about entrepreneurship?
Um, for me, what I like most is time freedom. Is having more time freedom. That's to me is the greatest thing. The time I'm able to spend with my family. That to me is, and also too, is exciting just being in business, having business ventures and having different deals going down. That stuff is exciting. You know what I mean? Kind of keeps the blood flowing. It keeps keep the juices flowing. It keeps um, you know the type of person I am, man. It keeps me going because I'm always looking for like the next thing. So to me, like that really thing. And then what I don't like, just the responsibility of, because now you're paying people. You're feeding people and stuff like that, and that is sometimes that then sometimes, you might have to let somebody go or cut their hours or something like that. So, that's what I would say is stuff that I really don't like. And also too, like, just, you know, I'm not the most organized dude and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just all the stuff that you got to do. I don't
Yeah.
like all that, just all the laws, regulations, pay file here, got this tax, got that
Yeah,
tax.
yeah.
I don't like all that, but
It's like after leaving business, you almost could be a paralegal. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, right. But it's part of the game. So what can you do?
It
You got
is.
to
It
take it. You
is.
got to take it.
All right. Well, I would say what I enjoy most about being an entrepreneur, I just got to share your sentiment, man. It's the time. Even when it's time to get busy or it's time not when you have downtime and you're not busy, and the flexibility of a schedule. And the hardest thing or the thing I dislike about it most is when you do have that time, when it ends. Like, you could take a 2-week vacation or a week vacation or whatever, but it's like as an entrepreneur, you kind of know your business can go on without you, especially if you have it set up under certain models. But it's like what I don't like about it most is that you got to go back, you got to take your ass back to work.
No doubt.
So like it all brings it back full circle to what you said, man. Once we get to certain levels, man, and we get to sit back and be the chairman of the board, even on those levels, you still gonna work, man, in some shape, form, or fashion. So it's like a double-edged sword, man. But if I have to be honest, it's about after being on vacation, having to go back to work. But I think it's always dope when we could take a time out and just dig into the bag and pull out some questions from the novice or people who's on the fence or beginners. And some of these questions sound like they may have been from people who've been in business for a long time. And you kind of, get to see what Sos and I think about this, because one thing about us as entrepreneurs, and I want the members and all the people that watch us on YouTube, we're not just up here talking the talk, man. Like, listen, we grind every day as business owners. I've been out here grinding every day for about 6 years. And with that being said, I just turn it over to my brother Sos, and he'll cap you all up with his closing remarks.
Yeah, I just want to say that yeah, I certainly enjoy answering people's questions because listen, I have a ton of questions. I certainly ask a million questions to a billion people. So
Mhm.
when people ask me questions, I'm always willing to share, give back because I was poured into. So it's only now that I have all this extra juice, man. Got to pour it. I got to pour it out to others as well. And so I was like sharing as much as I can because it's not easy. Being in business, you need support. You need people that are willing to share advice with you. They're willing to kind of take you under the wing. They're willing to drip on you or drop some jewels on you because it's all relevant and all information is needed, wanted, and useful. So that I haven't heard any advice that's not used. Even the bad advice is useful. So I take it all, I take it all in. So anytime we could do a show like this, I'm all for it. When we're answering people's questions, because at the end of the day, we're doing this podcast for you all, the listeners, and you all, the members. So time we can share and hear from you guys, and it's like I said, that's right. Our slogan is, man, help empower us so we can help empower you, and that's what this is all about. And in an episode like this is exactly what what's being done. So I just want to say thank you. I salute every single one of our members, our
Peace,
listeners,
y'all.
and all our constituents.
Peace all and be victorious. Peace.